Our world. A vast assortment of complex ecological wonders. All the way from the lowest flatlands to towering mountain ranges. But what many don't know is that deep beneath us lies a separate world, full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled. Travel deep within and discover the beauty, the mysticism, the wonder, the power. Of our inner Earth. Cave exploration. Attempted by only the most well-trained and equipped of explorers. These cavers double-check rope and equipment. A much-needed safety inspection. Especially when tomorrow's undertaking involves a descent down one of the world's largest and deepest vertical shafts. The Sótano de las Golondrinas, otherwise known as the Cave of the Swallows. Elsewhere, in the rainforests of Central America, a strange creature roams the treetops. Howler monkeys are arboreal, living out their lives up high in the forest canopy, oblivious to the mysteries that lie beneath them. For within an obscure underground river system, a woman emerges from the life-giving waters, only to be swallowed up by the jaws of the subterranean world. In the caves branch of Belize, this string of 4 caves boasts enormous chambers totaling 16 miles of underground river passage. The caves are characterized by 2 things. The first is their abundance of flowing waters, which behave like surface streams with a meander system. The streams bend along sinuous flowing watercourses, just like millions of years ago when underground rivers seeped into cracks along the Earth's surface, etching their way deeper and deeper, eroding bedrock and limestone. The result is nothing short of spectacular. The low point entrance of Sótano de las Golondrinas is a 1,094-foot drop to the bottom. The high point, a 1,220-foot drop. Every knot must be tied and thoroughly inspected. Carabiners and screw links are tightly buckled into place. BMS racks used for the descent are threaded with rope. Navigating over the rocky edge is a rough first step. But once past it, the descent is relatively effortless, only taking a few minutes. The ascent can take a little longer. In these waters lives an animal few have ever seen. The Olm, a blind yellowish-colored creature with a highly acute sense of smell and hearing. Olms are neotenic, retaining their gills into adulthood. Unlike most other amphibians, olms live out their entire lives underwater, moving along with undulations of their long, slender, serpentine-like body and the propulsion of 4 short, stubby limbs. Olms are quick to react to danger. Like this caver trudging through the waters. Just hiking through these caves is hazardous enough, but to climb up the slopes necessitates stable footing and a sure grip. Other explorers choose a different approach. Paddling through the waters by raft. Their chosen means of transportation allows them access to multiple channels that would normally be impossible to navigate on foot. It's worth the trip, for within these caves, something remarkable awaits. These caves are characterized by their soda straw stalactites that hang mid-air like translucent strings. The stalactites are secondary mineral deposits. These particular stalactites are hollow, formed through the leaching of water through cracks in the upper bedrock. The droplets hover at the tip, depositing a ring of minerals along the edge. They then fall and are replaced by another droplet. The cumulative effect of the drainage is a buildup of calcite deposits in straw-like shapes. Hundreds upon hundreds of stone straws. But not all cave formations are shaped like straws. These are called helictites, made from calcite and aragonite. The process of their formation is something of an enigma. It's been theorized that helictites are formed by capillary forces, transporting water against gravity and depositing minerals. Others have speculated that their odd shape is the result of wind blowing drops of water to the side. Whatever their cause, one thing is certain. Helictites are extremely rare speleothems, gracefully existing in limestone caves. They're also extremely fragile, crumbling at even the slightest touch. But not all cave formations are small and delicate. The Cave of Crystals. Located roughly 1,000 feet down a mine shaft, the pillar-like constructs are actually enormous selenite crystals, some of the largest found in nature. Their formation is the result of magma chambers beneath the cave floor exuding hydrothermal fluids. Because of extreme temperatures and high levels of humidity, exploring these caves can be taxing, pushing one's physical endurance to the limits. Elsewhere, a very different type of crystal formation dominates. It's a mysterious, oddly shaped wonder called a bottle brush. Formed when stalactites become immersed in calcite-rich cave pools. The immersion causes the stalactites to stop growing in length. Instead, the minerals within the water collect around them, forming spar crystals. A vast assortment of crystalline shapes that defy all description. Providing protection from sunlight, rain, wind, and extreme temperatures, caves act as natural museums, impeccably preserving their contents. These museums hold the key to unlocking mysteries and producing further insight into the existence of our own race long ago. Like the perfectly preserved remains of an ancient civilization. The Maya used these caverns for bringing in pottery and supplies for ancient ceremonial rituals. They believed caves to be the dwelling place of capricious gods and also portals into the underworld. But pottery isn't all that the Maya left over. The skeletal remains of an ancient Maya child. Quite possibly a ritual sacrifice to appease the gods. The child was laid to rest in a flexed position and oriented to provide access to what the Maya believed was entry into the underworld. The cause of death? A result of natural forces, or the work of something far more sinister. But it's not only the Maya that have been captivated by the mysticism of caves. Since the dawn of man, caves have been home to some of our deepest imaginings. Half a world away lies one of the great mountain ranges of Europe, the Alps. And encased within is a spellbinding realm where ice reigns supreme. Hidden within, there's a frozen palace. Ice Riesenwald, one of the 7 natural wonders of Europe. Locals and tourists also call it the world of the ice giant. And it's not hard to see why. Eroded from the flowing waters of the Salsak River, the ice-covered part of the cave extends over 1 kilometer in length. It's enough to earn Ice Riesenwelt its title as the world's largest ice cave. The stalagmite-like formations are the result of melted snow from the surface draining down and freezing quickly in the cave's sub-zero degree temperatures. But sometimes water doesn't freeze right away. Instead, collecting and eventually turning into massive ice walls that can be up to 10 meters thick. It's a process called ponding. But caves carved out of water, like the Caves Branch in Belize or these Austrian ice wonders, emerge in a peaceful, gradual fashion. Far different from caves that spring forth from the fires of destruction. Molten lava. Low viscosity lava slowly traps bubbles and gas, often clogging and forming semi-solid blockages that impede flow and eventually thicken into rock. Beneath them are channels through which free-flowing lava occasionally passes. A frightening thought for most. But for these two, it's a world that beckons them closer with adventure and intrigue. One of the quickest forming types of caves, they can be entered just mere weeks after the lava has drained and cooled. A lava tube, a natural underground conduit for molten magma. The floors are usually made from a basaltic lava that leaves a smooth or billowy surface. Inching through the rough terrain on hands and feet requires strength and dexterity. Cavers take extraordinary chances and must be well trained while possessing a keen understanding of the surrounding topography. Within these caves, a very different type of speleothem can be found. The lava sickle. These lava sickles are tubular stalactites made of hardened lava. Cave gases push at lava flowing along the outsides, forcing it to extrude through small openings along the cave walls. Formed similarly to the lava sickles, these lava stalagmites reach up like amorphous globular forms from the deepest depths of the abyss. The lava sickles, also being hollow, are analogous to the soda straw stalactites of Texas. Except where the soda straw stalactites are long and elegant, the lava sickles are curved and crude. From the islands of Hawaii to the caverns of Mexico, all over the world, a wealth of subterranean knowledge resides, like a treasure waiting to be unearthed. But getting it doesn't come easy. Crossing back to the surface can sometimes prove a little tricky. Although the descent only took a few minutes, the ascent is a long, arduous process, taking upwards of a full hour to complete. Nevertheless, a safe return. A successful venture into the Sótano de las Golondrinas. But the journey is far from over. For the natural subterranean world, with all its vastness and intricacies, is still an enigma. There's more to explore, more to discover, more to experience as we travel into our inner Earth.